Hello, YouTube. This is the truth, man. Giving you that truth. Manufacturing and delivering the truth. Nowadays, people act like when you telling them the truth, like you giving them something illegal or something. They treat people who telling the truth like it's an evil thing or something. But today we're talking about why won't these women submit? Why won't they submit? They all want to be married. They all want the luxuries of marriage, the gifts, the attention, the appreciation, but they won't submit. I'm going to give you some reasons today. I'm going to give you some reasons, and this is based on pure wisdom. It's based on prayer from the Most High. It's based on my red pill knowledge. Now, it's a lot of talk going on this YouTube about red pill knowledge or whatever. And let me just tell you, where do I stand on the marriage thing? For the record, I'm for marriage, but only in conditions that the woman remains subject consistently her whole entire life of the marriage. I don't believe in alimony. I don't believe in child support. I believe those things are put in place by government, and I believe that they should only be used in cases of a guy that won't provide for his kids or just throws his wife to the wind or whatever. But yeah, people have been programmed to think that every relationship that goes bad is because of the man. And I'm going to be on this subject hard. It's not. It's not. A lot of times, and there's a lot of cases throughout the world, and people will be honest, that the good guys, the guys that try to do right, they end up in the end getting treated the worst, and most of them have to decide, are they going to keep putting up with this treatment to keep their family together, or are they just going to move on for their own health and their own good? A lot of guys experience this. Every relationship that goes bad is not going bad because of cheating, quote unquote. In fact, is it really cheating if the guy is penis is on the shelf, not being used, being punished or rewarded with sex? Is that really cheating? Because we're talking about women, why they won't submit. The Bible tells them, 1 Peter chapter 3, the disciple of the Messiah who brought the knowledge straight from God, wrote, wives, be subject to your own husbands. It said that if any don't believe the word that they'll be won by the lifestyle of their wives. And he told you in the next verse to do it in a meek and quiet spirit. But what do women do? What do most of them do? Because God don't be talking that much, they've developed their own ideologies, and they follow the ideologies of the world instead of following the Bible. Because marriage is always going to be a good thing. People make it a bad thing. Guys get to beating on these women, that's bad. Women get to just verbally insulting their husbands, not submitting. He tell you to do something, you doing something else. And boy, one thing that lights my fire is a woman that try to act like she's so close to God and she's so saved and she don't even listen to her own husband. That's like basics. Who cares if you don't drink? Who cares? That's easy. That's easy. The stuff that takes more effort is being subject to your husband. The stuff that takes more effort is biting, holding your peace. Because I'm going to just be honest with you, there's a lot of good guys that are ran off by the tongues of their wife, by the behavior of them. See, all of these relationships that fail don't fail because of infidelity. A lot of them just fail because some of these guys know what their wife is supposed to be and she's not doing it. You ain't got to be perfect, but you got to be closer to it than you're trying to be. You can't ask a guy to just throw sex out the. So basically, let me get this straight. And if this don't apply to whoever here today, it don't apply to you. So basically, a lot of you women, this is what you want. You want a guy to go through his 30s, 40s, no sex, very little sex. 50, now he's old, and he just supposed to just go without sex. Stop it. That's Lilith, that's Jezebel. That is not Sarah. Sarah obeyed Abraham to the point of calling him Lord. Meaning that she practically treated him like he was God. You say, well, the Bible says submit to one another. That is not talking about marriage. You can't be subject to somebody that's submitted to you. And this is coming from a guy with a corrections background, over 13 plus years of correction. I've been to jailer's training 2 times. The jailer's training is called Principles of Subject Control. And yeah, they're trying to water it down now, but it's still geared towards keeping control. Your subjects are supposed to be under your control. So when the Bible tells a wife to be subject to her own husband, that's not up for negotiation. Are you trying to get put away? And a lot of women are trying to get put away because they secretly want to be a freak. They never really got to get their freak on. So they secretly want the attention and the affections of other men. They want to get to a couple of them, then back to victim. Oh, well, I did this because... No, you did that because that's who you are. You did it because that's you put your mouth down there because that's who you are. You open your legs because that's who you are. Don't try to blame it on your ex-husband. Don't try to blame it on your ex-boyfriend. You, Miss Unsubmissive, made your own choice. And a lot of women will show you this before you even marry them. If you getting into physical altercations, you getting into drag-out arguments with a woman that's not even your wife, she's showing you right then and there, don't marry her. Because it could get worse. It can get worse. Now, there's people that half the argument on YouTube is this. Well, the women won't submit because you guys don't know how to be men. And in some cases, that is true. But that's not the majority of the cases. These women don't submit because they've been corrupted by the worldly system of womanism and feminism, and because they feel, sometimes, in some cases, they feel like they're smarter than their husbands. Maybe your husband was a street guy, and you graduated from college or went to private school or this, that. So some of them think they just smarter. That's part of why they won't submit. Then you got the ones that's trying not to be like their sisters. So they're trying to be Little Miss Tough Girl. Then you got the ones that just don't believe in that sort of thing. They want a marriage. They want a wedding, but not a marriage. All of these things come into play as to reasons why these women not submit. Some of us just need to bite the bullet. Forget it. I know you wanted to keep your family together. It's not possible with everybody. Some of us just need to bite the bullet, say forget it. Try to negotiate with her, so your kids won't be in poverty because of her unsubmissiveness or because of the demise of the relationship. Sometimes it is you guys' fault. Or whatever the case may be. But you can't sit and tell me that all of these marriages, and I've seen a lot of women that get divorced in action. Some of them just flat out domineering. And their husband just don't want to be dominated. If they have a masculine husband, he's not going to let them dominate him. So a domineering woman that's unsubmissive is going to go, either she's going to go down and file her papers for divorce, she's going to make him miserable, or she's going to cheat, or maybe all three. Marriage ain't what it used to be. If it was, the divorce rate would not be 53+%. Second marriages, 70+%. It wouldn't be that way. But that's what it is. And who gets affected? The kids. So when you tell, I understand both sides. I see why these guys say, don't have kids, don't get married. But I also see the other side where if she is going to be a Sarah type wife, then she'll be worth it. But a lot of these women, when they start getting older, they just get mean. Just because they don't have an attitude towards the kids, don't mean that's the way. And I've seen it many times, so don't think I'm talking about anybody in particular. I've seen it many, many times. I have a mother, I have sisters, I have aunties. I've worked with many, many women. I've seen it many times. They become hostile towards their husbands as they get older. I don't know if it's the aging process or if it's just their method of trying to cuff them up and pull them in and dominate them and control them so he won't go nowhere. But a masculine man is going to end up gone. You ain't going to be able to do that to somebody that's masculine. It's not going to work. And that playing the victim, when all the cards come out, people will see that you're not the victim. You're the victimizer in most cases. Me personally, I believe in today's world, 83% of divorces are filed by women. That's proof of unsubmissiveness. Because I guarantee you, if I could be a camera, a bug on their wall, the reasons for a lot of them was just foolish. And I'm going to close with that. I'm going to upload this video and I'm going to come back later on with more on this topic. This is part 1. Why won't these women submit?